going to be a continuation of the course. It's going to be a continuation of the course POL 214, and we'll be taking some certain topics on that course today. And before we go into that, we'll definitely go through very quickly what we treated last week, and we'll match up everything together. And I'm very optimistic that this week we'll be running up with this course and we can move to some other things. So with this being said, let's hop straight into it. So I have POL 214. Yeah, one thing with the course POL 214 is that it's a very interesting course. All right. It's one course that speaks reality. It's one course that does reality. Okay, because if you will go through this course properly, it covers not just the theoretical part of it, but it also speak about the practical part of it, the practicality of conflicts, of resolving conflicts. Okay, so very quickly we spoke about in our last class, excuse me, we spoke about some approaches, to resolving conflict. We talked about the pluralism or group approach, and and we said that this is the essence of having this approach is that when resources are pulled together, okay, when individuals come together, things are being done better, right? When resources are pulled together, strength is increased, and things are being properly done, as each and every one of them has the same goal. Okay, and also the pluralists emphasize that power is not a physical entity. Okay, that individuals either have no or do not have, but flows as variety. Okay, that is for the pluralist. Okay, and we also said something about the elite group, the elite approach, and the elite approach according to Hassan in 1950. Now Hassan says that's Aslan, like Haslan in 1995. Okay, talking about the elite approach now, or the elite approach now. He said that the concept elite originally derived from the Latin word eligere, all right? Eligere, which is the Latin word. Okay, eligere, which means to select, all right? Means to select, as according to Harslan, all right? He said which means to select, or shares a common basis. Now he also said something about the word elector, all right? Elector, okay, and he said elector means or elected, okay, elected. So just like we said here, the elite approach. Now theoretically, elite approach is said to be defined as those people who hold what? Institutionalized power, all right? Institutionalized power, control the social resources, all right? Speaking of which is the wealth. Individuals like this has serious influence in determining what happens, all right, what is obtainable in the political terrain. Okay, and that is for the elite approach. Okay, so today we'll be talking about the political system, all right? So this is a quick recap. This is just a quick recap. So let's go into the main discussion for today, a main topic for today, which is political system, all right? Legitimacy, the power, authority, and ideology. All right, that's political systems. All right, legitimacy, all right. Under the legitimacy we have the power, authority, and ideology. All right, we have power, okay, authority, all right, and ideology. Okay, now so let's say something about the fact that power, political power, all right, let's talk about this, then we talk about Then we'll move down to authority and ideology. Now let's talk about power. Okay, now when we say power, all right, here we are talking about political power. Political power. Just a moment, let me switch this marker. I think it's fading. So when we say political power, what does it mean? Okay, what comes in mind? Now let's dissect this. Someone called Karl Marx, okay? Karl Marx, on this matter, Karl Marx said, now on this matter, Karl Marx, he said, this is the R, this is the R, and this is the L. Okay, now Karl Marx, he posits or he posited that power within the context, okay, of economical domination by what? The ruling class against the working class, okay, proletariat. Okay, now this is just has to do with, he, according to what he said, according to what he conceived, he said power is said, political power is said with economic domination. Okay, power is within the context of what? Economical, okay, economical what? Domination. Okay, according to him, he said power is within the context of economical or economic, okay, domination by who? By the set of ruling class, okay, by the set of the ruling, okay, by the set of what? Ruling class as against the working proletariat. All right, working class proletariat. Okay, now let's dissect this. Let's get into the root of things. Okay, so just a moment. Okay, so we have that as that. Now let's go back to what we have here. Now, according to Karl Marx, we are on the topic, we are talking about political power, and we are seeing the view of Karl Marx. Now, according to Karl Marx, he said political power is when power, all right, is within the context of economic or economical domination by a set of people, and those set of people are referred to as the ruling class. Okay, as against the working class. You can attach that as against the working, as against the working class. All right, now let's proceed. Just a moment. I'm trying to sort out my, just a minute. I'm trying to sort out my material here. So we have that as that, and now let's proceed. Okay, now, so Max Weber also has his own contribution on the matter of political power. Now let's hear what he has to say. Okay, let's hear what Marx has to say. Now, according to him, according to Max Weber, okay, just a moment. Okay, we are still on the topic political power, and we are about to review what Marx posited. Now, Max Weber said power is the possibility of what imposing one will, right, upon the behavior of another person. Okay, he says here is particular about the term power. All right, power, be it political, be it economical, be it whatsoever. Now he said power is the ability to impose. When you impose, now if you are asked to now define political power, all right, it cannot be said that when you can base, this is 300 level, okay, it's 200 level still, okay. Let me stop at that. Let me stop at that. So let's just take it the way it is. 200 level, 300 level, you are permitted to use your discretion. You write essays, you define, you expatiate, you juxtapose, you elucidate, call it whatever. But in 200 level, it's just computer based. Now let's just stick to the material. Okay, now Max Weber said that power is the possibility, okay, of what? Imposing one's will. All right, imposing. All right, the keyword here is imposing one's will upon the behavior of another person. Okay, upon the behavior, basically, is it necessary behavior imposing it on another person? But let's just use according to what we have in the material. Behavior of another, okay, person. So that's what power is to Max Weber, according to Max Weber. Now we have that as that. Now quickly, just let's talk about one person more, and we can move straight ahead. Okay. And very quickly, Gert and Mills, all right? Gert and Mills said power involves domination. I like that. Yes. Gert, okay, and right, Gert and Mills in 1946. Now, Gert and Mills in 1946 says that power involves domination. All right, power involves domination. Okay, now we have that as that. They also say it is the what? Reciprocal. All right, reciprocal between who? The rulers and the ruled. Okay, reciprocal relationship. Let me not take that out. Reciprocal relay. All right, reciprocal relationship between, all right, between who and who? The rulers and the ruled. All right, rulers and the ruled. Okay, so according to them, we have that as that. Now let's proceed. All right, and you should as well be aware that power is what? Applied in social relationship. All right, power is applied. You can't apply power in isolation. All right, that's what it definitely means. Okay, it's applicable in what? Social relationship or social relation. All right, power is applied in what? In social relation. So we have that as that. Now very quickly, let's just move on. Now we have the types. All right, we have the types of power. Now the three major types of power may be distinguished in term of now in type of influence, right? Okay, brought to bear on the subordinate individual or the subordinated individual. Now there are force, domination, and manipulation. All right, now let's take the types. Permit me to erase this. Okay, so we have we have this, we have this, we have this. Now we have force, we have domination and manipulation. Now, force, domination, and manipulation. Now, let's begin with force. Now, what is force? What do you understand by the word force? What comes in mind when you hear the word force? How is it applied? Okay, now let's talk about that. Now, force is the use of what? Raw might. The keyword there is raw might. Okay, the use of what? Raw might by who? A power holder. Okay, to exercise power when he or she influences behavior, all right, by physical manipulation or subordinated individual. Okay, now basically it is what it is. It is when a power holder or somebody in position of wielding power, okay, use it. Why would you want to use force if that you don't want to manipulate? So force and manipulation works hand in hand. You wouldn't want to use force if the person had agreed, all right? If the person had not opposed what you insisted or opposed what you want, there won't be need for you to use force. So you use force in order to manipulate such individuals' will, or you need to manipulate their behavior in order to correspond, in order to bow, to be subjected, all right, or to concur to whatever it is you want. So raw might, by the power holder or by the person who's wielding the power, to manipulate, to insist, to ensure, all right, to see to that the behavior of another person is changed, all right. So that is that for that. We have, and it's very particularly about physical manipulation, all right. Manipulation physically. Okay, physical manipulation. Now let's talk about domination, all right. Domination now is concerned, all right, is connected and what? Identical with authoritarian power of command, all right. Authoritarian power of command is what? Authoritarian power of, okay, authoritarian power of what? Command. All right. Now, dominate, to be present, now for this to happen, there must be an individual, just like this. There must be someone or a group of people who are wielding the power. Now, for domination to be present, there must be what? An individual. There must be an individual rule or a group of rulers. All right. Right, an individual who is ruled or a group that is ruled. So definitely, there must be, what do we call that now? Okay. Individual slash group sovereignty. Okay, individual slash group sovereignty. All right, authoritarian power of command. So we have that as that. Now, speaking of which, manipulation. Manipulation is when a power holder, all right, when a power holder control or influences the behavior of another in a manner that is secretive or unfair without making explicit and behavior explicit without making the explicit the behavior which he or she wants them to perform. Indirectly indirectly making people. Force now. We said force is physical. Alright? But manipulation is subtle. Okay? Force is physical, manipulation is subtle. Okay? Okay. Are we together? Awesome. So